You guys are going to think I'm crazy, but Absolute Batman is not in my top 5 comic books right now. Just isn't. And the reason's simple. Because it's better than every other comic book right now. It's in a class all of its own. Absolute Batman has absolutely rewritten what a comic book is. It is combining every element of fantasy, manga, horror, Batman mythos, everything all together in one giant story that just keeps building on itself. There is nothing else out there today doing that very same thing. I don't know, man. I'm 46 and I've been reading comic books since I was like 40 years. And I haven't read anything this gripping, this good. And when I first picked it up, I picked up Absolute Batman out of pure curiosity. I thought, what's going to make this different than any other Elseworld story out there? It's just another Ultimates kind of reboot kind of thing. They're trying to update Batman and whatnot, Superman and these guys with the Absolute Universe, and just try to modernize it. And so I got it out of pure curiosity. And what I found was an absolute gem. What I found was a book that absolutely stood on its own. What I found was Absolute Batman. It took that whole mythos and made it its own standalone character. Instead of just borrowing elements of Batman, it really wholly created the absolute Bruce Wayne. Absolute Batman is in and of itself its own character. It's not a spin on Batman, actually. When you read the book and you get into it, you understand that this is wholly almost a completely different concept. And you get the sense of like, oh man, I really am in a different universe. These things don't work the same way here. And as you go along and start then collecting and getting into the other Absolute titles, you realize, oh shoot, I might even be reading a better universe. Now, for me, my very favorite issue is right here. For me, it's the penultimate one, the number 16, where Bruce meets Diana. He meets Absolute Wonder Woman I guess it's really the second time, but they have this meeting. And it's the thing, amongst other things, as with, Batman growing up or Bruce growing up poor and, only having only losing his father, and the whole thing as you're discovering and unraveling things and that he's more of like he's the antithesis of the regular DCU Batman. One of the reasons, me being a father, I loved that he's really Bruce is concerned about, one, how his father would view him. And as a dad, like I view my kid as just like, he can't do anything wrong. And so I love that moment in the book. I also love that Bruce is going out of his way to help his friends. Like in the main universe, Batman, he really doesn't give too many shits about his pals, if he even has any. He's got like the Robins and stuff, but he really doesn't care that much. It's evident in Absolute Batman that he has this giant heart to go along with his giant body and his giant determination, and he's going to do anything he can to try and help his friends. And in this case, he's going to help Waylon. He's going to help him however he can. So he asks this favor of Diana, and the best part, the ringing part, where it just brings for me like this incredible difference home, amongst other things. But in this particular issue, number 16, it is Diana tells him, hey man, to go on this quest to help your pal, we're going to have to go on this epic journey, this epic trip, through time and space, and we're going to go into another realm and all this kind of thing. And Bruce simply is just like, yo, I gotta be at work on Monday, basically. I've used all my PTO Batmaning. We gotta make this quick. And it just like brings it all back home that Absolute Batman is the blue collar Batman, that he is just kind of the fighting spirit of just the everyman trying his damnedest to go and fight against the machine and do whatever it takes and do what's right. So yeah, I don't know. That's so to end, like I say, I started out of curiosity. It's ended up in a passion. I would have to say, in all my years of reading comic books, this run, Absolute Batman, is probably the best thing I've ever read, the best ongoing I've ever read in real time as it's happening. It's just every issue, you're like, what? Panel after panel, even. You're like, I can't believe that just happened. And so it keeps you hooked. Scott Snyder is doing an amazing job. And Nick Dragotta, the artwork. So, I don't know, like in manga influence, it's exaggerated. It's perfect. It just lets you know you're reading something completely different. So yeah, what started off as curiosity has ended up in passion. And no, Absolute Batman is not in my top 5 ongoings right now because it's in a class all of its own. I love it.